Alright everyone, my name is Mowmaster. Welcome back to FTB Skies. Today we're going to tangent just a wee bit, and we're going to work on Effect Scrolls mod, my other mod that I installed in the pack on the side. And as you can see behind me, the tree farm from last episode is working nicely. I have two magnets at max speed with two exports rolling at max speed, and they're keeping up. And I also increased the pickup area to be like 5 or 6 blocks tall, so it's picking up stuff out of the air as well. But yeah, so that's a max speed tree farm running. It's making like 100 items a second, I think. So it's going fairly quick. And yeah, just a little bit of items. There's some excess overflow items that I could maybe increase my magnet size to pick up, just on the edges here. But it's really not too bad. I started out with like 12,000 wood, and yeah, I ended up max upgrading our barrels with netherite upgrades, and we're at 194,000. It's only been running, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes most. But as you can see on the little jade tooltip, it's going up, you know, 0.1 k every like second or so. So we're definitely cooking when it comes to making wood here. I'm gonna turn the farm off. It is eating up like 50% of my server resources, so could probably do without. But yeah, that's the tree farm at its full capacity, and it was working quite nice. So yay! I'm glad that that's working and not lagging the crap out of me. So. All right, yeah, so like I said, today we're going to tangent over here and we're going to work on some of this. Last episode we did not make a new crystal, and this episode we're going to make a new crystal. So we're going to take two of these, make two new crystals today. Two new crystals, so that's 3. And that. Yep, we're going to make 2 new crystals today. Also, you'll notice there's some jars on here, and there's also this weird-looking workstation base. Effect Scrolls has a way to make effect scrolls. You'd never guess by the name, I'm sure. And we're going to make some of those today, I think. Alright, so we're going to start off with 2 new colors. Hopefully there'll be new colors, not repeats. That looks like a new color. And that looks like a new color. Wow, we've gotten lucky, I think, getting no repeats yet. So this is good stuff. There we go. So over on 2 new colors that we got, we have a bretzel brown, not pretzel, bretzel brown, and a pink katydid. Ooh, pink katydid I think is like either absorption or regen usually. Can't remember off the top of my head. Also, from 2 episodes ago, we have our new lime candy pearl crystals. So we need to figure out what the effects are for those. Let's just do that real quick. And I'm going to try to take these jars. The jars are just an item that can be made using the... Oh, God! Oh, that hurt a lot, actually. Yes, the jars can be made using the crystal node crafting. And how crystal node crafting works is, if we look up node here, there's a couple of recipes. There could be more depending on your pack, but how this works is you just put the block, tinted glass in this case, next to the node, so like right on that face. And instead of a crystal forming, it will change that block into whatever the recipe is. And if the recipe makes a colored block from like a pedestal or effect scrolls or something, then the color of the crystal will be applied to the block that it creates, which is kind of cool. The blocks that you can make this way are, if you have crystal blocks installed, another one of my mods, when you make the crystallized stone, it will color that block to be that color, which is kind of cool. And then also, obviously, all the jars will be their different colors, and the workstation, which all of these are also able to be recolored if you want. So there's really no like negative, I guess, to doing it this way. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put our little crafting table here, and then I'm going to set up our jars. And if I want, we can always recolor our jars the different colors as well. But I think for now, I am gonna just place our jars down. They have a little rendering texture thing, and that's because I haven't really updated the mod recently at all. I probably should. Ooh, do we have shelves? Do we have any, like, pretty shelf things? I don't see any pretty shelves. Ah, oh well, that's fine. I'll just put the jars up like this. Okay, so that's all of our current jars. And how the workstation base goes. In Pedestals, or not in Pedestals, in Effect Scrolls, actually Mowlib in general, there is a tool that we can make called a repair thingy. Repair order, there we go. It takes a few resources here. Oh, ink sac. Ooh, ink sac. I probably have one. I do not have ink sac. Comes from a squiddy. Surely I have some... I don't have any water coming off of here anymore. I used to. Oh, right, because I patched up this hole here. That's why. Let's replace that real quick. Cool. Okay. That might be problematic for spawning squids and stuff. You might have to do like a full source. Full source block. There we go. I'll just put a full source block like, I don't know, right below it. There we go. That way I should be able to get some squids that way. It was a bit unfortunate. I thought I had squid ink, but apparently not. Ah, that makes just regular black ink. Okay. Rip. Anyway, we'll make the other tools and stuff. You know, actually... Do I just want to cheat? Because I'm a dirty cheater already. Kind of. Once a cheater, always a cheater, right? Yeah, fuck it. I want to show off the mod more than actually craft the things. So we're going to be a dirty little cheater here. I try not to, but... squid ink. I used to have some. Oh, you know what we could do to get squid ink? You know what? Let's uncheat. Can I uncheat? Is that allowed? I forgot. There is some auto fishers. And actually, the quests even give you one of these. There's the aquatic entangler, which we could use. But I think cyclic also has one. Cyclic. This one. Yeah, the fishing net. And I think if you put a fishing pole into it, I think you can do fishy things. I probably need water for this as well. And probably somewhere to put the water. I don't know if there's a requirement for like how deep it has to be or anything like that. I'm not that familiar with the mod to know. But let's just try it here maybe. Okay, if I put that there with this, always on. I don't know if it has to be completely submerged or not. And I do believe time in the bottle helps, but I don't have a time in the bottle. How do you make time in the bottle? Oh, that's actually really easy to do. Tempting. Hey, look, we already have some of our fish. So yeah, this just spawns fish items all around you, basically. Which is... oh yeah, that works. Oh yeah, we have regular fishies in there too now. Hey, we didn't even have to cheat now. Look at that. We have black squiddies. Awesome. Alright. Well, that's what I get for cheating, I guess. We get to have a lot of stuff anyway. Okay, anyways, now that we have that, we can do our feather and our bookie. And we need a bunch of iron for the tools, as well as lanterns. Need that for the lantern. And some sticks. Okay. Book and quill. Torch for the lantern. The tools we need is that one, this one. Wrong recipe. And is that enough for the repair? It is. Cool. Alright, repair order. What in the world does a repair order do? In Mowlib, there is the option to make repairable workbenches, basically. Currently, I haven't implemented a system that would like make the workbench need repaired once created. But if we... oh, right. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Workstation base first. If I go... is that uses for that? No. Recipes, uses, recipes, this. Where is the recipe for this? Is part of dual-handed crafting? Hold on, I gotta figure out. I need to work on this mod some yet. There is definitely some things that it needs worked on. Here we go, workstation-based crafting. So how this works is you take your main hand, you right-click on the block, and it makes the scroll crafter base block. So that's where we need to get started with our repairing of it, basically. So we'll take the blaze rod, do a little right-clicky action, doink. Now this, I am going to break it, I'm going to replace it, because there is orientation on here, but it doesn't reveal itself until it turns into a crafter base. Now, if I right-click it, new repair order has been created. We look at the tooltip, it says some sort of hint, basically. So, a way to store dust is needed to repair this workstation. Okay, that means, specifically, a jar. And this jar can be any jar that you want, but I'm going to see if I have a white pedestal. Place that jar down, recolor it white, because I want white one. Did I break all that? Boom, boom. And right click, I think. Yeah, repair's been made. Alright. You'll also notice this is cleared. And the reason why it's cleared is half a plank should be enough for this repair. So that's just, I need a plank of some sort. It could be any wood plank should work. I guess we'll use oak, because that's all I really have for right now. You hear the little ding. It says an item inventory can be used to repair the machine. And then I think if I right click on here, repair has been made. It actually clears the repair order, which is kind of cool. And next one, a small way to contain bits and bobs. This is a bowl. The hints could be edited by a pack dev if they're maybe too cryptic, which could be possible. But that's how that works. Bowl. Little ding-a-ling told us we got one. And boom, there we go. Machine or workstation has been fully repaired. And if we were to try to right-click on this again, nothing happens. So, fully repaired workstation. And some of these can be customized. The placement can be customized. If it shows up or not, it can be customized as well. Kind of cool. There's a lot of custom... oh, golly. There's a lot of customization options with this. Maybe too much, to be honest. But for me, if I make another mod that's not pedestals, it could be cool to maybe make more of these. I don't know. It's just an idea I had, and I thought, I got to work it into some of my mods, right? All right. So what the hell does this do? Because it doesn't give off a lot of stuff. Let's put all this away. No, let's just put everything away here. It's all going to go in random places, but that's fine. All right. Do I actually have recipes for scrolls? Does it say? Oh, it does! Oh my gosh. These are kind of hard-coded recipes, I think, because there's no recipe handler for this yet. So this is kind of hard-coded in JEI, but... I mean, to an extent, not necessarily. But there's a few options. You don't have to have a modifier in there. I just have a bunch of modifiers options listed. But yeah, how this works is you put all these items on the table, right-click to finish with string, and you get your effect scroll. So paper, nuggy, and dust of some sort. It says white dust, but it doesn't have to be white dust. So string, which will be needed to finish the scroll. Nuggets, which will be needed just to craft it. Why? I don't know. Again, this mod needs work. I just needed some base thing to make it work, I guess. Alright, so we got paper. We have nuggets, which I'll go in there. And then we need dust. Dust comes from our various crystals. Speaking of crystals, I need to figure out what that crystal effect is going to be. If anything, that is. Oh, that's the absorption effect. Okay. Okay, that's kind of nice. So that is actually pretty useful for us then. That's awesome. I don't remember what any of these are anymore. But that's absorption, huh? You know what we could do? Really need to rename some of these so we know which effects are which. I'm pretty sure this was a weird one. Bolstered. I don't know what bolstered does. Turquoise. Glide. That's pretty obvious what that does. Not that we need it because of flight, but that's pretty obvious. Oh yeah, this one was strength, wasn't it? What was the Protoss? Water breathing. Okay, not necessary. Do I just not have any useful crystals yet, other than maybe absorption? Well, we'll do an absorption one. I'll leave enough for one block, though. But, yeah, so how this works is we'll take dust. We have a bunch of dust now. And each dust is worth, like 1 second. So the absorption effect, I think it's worth like 1 second per dust base. If you put, say, blaze powder in here, actually, if I just look at blaze powder, if we go through all the recipes here, is it this? Yeah, modifier. So this is duration modifier. Cuts it and divides it by 2, so half, I guess. Potency up by 2 though. Corruption effect, it does not corrupt the effect. Gas tier would corrupt the effect. Rabbit's foot is divisible by 3, but it's a 3 multiplier. And yeah, so there's just a few things in here. Pack makers could add more of them if they wanted to have, potion effects above level 3 basically, which would be kind of cool. And I think at some point if I do make my own mod pack, I'm 100% going to make, screw ability totems. We're going to use this mod basically, and then people can roll the dice on the different effects that they can get. And if I do make a pack, I will 100% tell people how it works, because it can be kind of confusing, to be fair. But yeah, I don't know. I think this mod has potential, but I just haven't had the chance to really develop it due to pedestals. And there we go. We have absorption 2 for 24 seconds. So it is 1 second per dust, basically. And if we pop this, it just consumes it. We get the effect, which is the absorption for 20 seconds. And obviously we get the absorption hearts, which is kind of nice. So yeah, that's kind of just a brief intro to effect scrolls. Obviously it's a very simple mod once you figure out how to actually craft them. But yeah, in all the dust jars here, these are all just for storing dust, really. So like this one And when I say storing dust, you can store a fair bit of dust in here. You do get 4 dust per crystal, so 4 seconds a crystal for the effects. And I don't have to store the dust in the same jar. I'm just choosing to right now. But yeah, dust in jar, red, 320. I think it holds like 1,000 per jar. So if you pick this up, there is some interactions as well. We can put dust in there, take dust out. If I take another jar here, I can take out 10 at a time with that. Or is it... is there any way to take out 1 at a time? 1 at a time is just regular left click. Shift right left click is 10. Put it all in versus... is there no way to take it all out? I guess not. There's no way to take it all out because you just take the whole jar at that point, right? So yeah, you can kind of, so like if I want to make like a strength effect, you know, maybe I only want like 10 seconds of strength for whatever reason. I can just pull out 10, make 10, strength 1 for 10 seconds. Pretty easy. And then pop it if I feel like it. Not that it helps me in this pack, but yeah, that's kind of how the jars interaction work. And with all this, pedestals can transfer dust. So if we wanted to transfer dust to pedestals, we could. I do want to add to mob loot tables so that mobs can drop dust. I think would be kind of cool. So you could actually gather dust passively from just mob loot. Yeah, there's some stuff I want to do with this mod. Obviously, I haven't gotten any effects that really are beneficial to us currently, but maybe in the future we'll come across something that'll be fun. I also have plans to add like potion arrows and stuff. So there is potential here, and like traps so you control your friends with them. The mod existed in 1.12. It's been 1.12. Dust in 1.12 had this system in it, and there was like spell arrows or effect arrows, I guess. So you could, any effect that you could craft could be on an arrow. There was like little traps you could place on the ground using the scrolls. You could place like trap scrolls on the ground, so your friends walked over them, you know, they'd be hit with whatever effect it was. And for negative effects, that's kind of where the fun happens, is you can kind of troll your friends with them. So at some point I'll get back to developing that mod and we'll add those things in as well. But for now, it's just kind of like a personal player thing. You can give your friends the effects as well, which maybe we could, you know what, have we found any negative effects now that I think about it? I don't remember. Did we find like an explodey one? Or not? I might have to see if we can find a negative effect one. That's slow fall. If I give that fermented spider eye, does that become a different effect? Hold on, it said poison twice. Ah, no, it's just some random negative effect. Okay. Actually, you know what we could do to be fun? Because these other crystals don't make anything, we could do this. String. Let's make this and that. So these are potentially negative effects. Let me get a gas tier. I'm sure we have some. Yeah, there they are. I'm going to make 2 scrolls. So 2 gas tiers will be needed here. So we got poison 2. So you can give these effects to other creatures if you want. So the Starbuncle. No. Is that how that works? Maybe it doesn't work with Starbuncle. Right click to use on self. Crouch click a mob or player to apply it to them. Crouch right click. Ah. And the piggy's poisoned now. Why did that not work on the donkey? Oh, is that because donkeys and horses can be ridden, maybe? But yeah, you could theoretically troll your friends with these currently. It just it'd be cool if you could have traps. That way, you know, they can't really find out. But yeah, so that is effect scrolls basically. Just a weird tangent today for today's episode. Hopefully that helped if you ever decide to use the mod. So thank you all for stopping by, hanging out. We'll see you in the next video. Have a good day, have a good night, have a good afternoon. Bye.